John Fenolio live in the newsroom with more. John?
Good evening, Glenn. Well, Donald Trump built his campaign in part on his call to temporarily ban all Muslims entering the U.S. He later walked back those comments, then doubled down on them again. Now, facing continued difficulty to unify fellow Republican leaders, Trump is again changing his tune.
It is perhaps Donald Trump's most famous campaign provocation.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States.
But that declaration is again the subject of uncertainty. Trump now appearing to soften his tone, suggesting he no longer supports a ban on all Muslims migrating to the U.S., only those from states that harbor terrorists, provided they are vetted strongly.
You said countries linked to Islamic terrorism will be blocked in terms of immigration.
Great terrorism.
So would a Muslim coming from Scotland or Great Britain, have you tweaked your policy on that?
Wouldn't bother me.
Trump's shifting position coming after weeks of blowback from his charged rhetoric, sagging poll numbers, anemic campaign funding, and blistering attacks from opponents.
Donald Trump calls African Americans thugs, Muslims terrorists, Latinos rapists and criminals, and women bimbos.
Today, Elizabeth Warren again blasting Trump while joining forces with Hillary Clinton.
She knows what it takes to beat a thin-skinned bully who is driven by greed and hate.
Trump later responding by saying that Warren is a racist, telling NBC News, quote, "She used the fact that she was a Native American to advance her career. Elizabeth Warren is a total fraud." This as new polls show Hillary Clinton with a clear lead in national polls. Both candidates have high unfavorability ratings, but polls show a whopping 2/3 of voters see Trump as unqualified to be president. Clinton addressing her high negatives Monday night in Chicago.
You know, you hear 25 years worth of wild accusations, anyone would start to wonder. And it certainly is true. I've made mistakes. I don't know anyone who hasn't. So I understand people having questions.
And the Clinton-Warren team is not without some old wounds. There was a time when it was unclear if Warren would ever support Mrs. Clinton. In her 2004 book and in interviews, Senator Warren has criticized Clinton for giving in on a bankruptcy bill while she was in the Senate. She has also expressed concerns about Clinton's ties to special interests. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm John Fenolio. Back to you guys in the studio.